A very warm welcome to one and all present here, respected dignitary, our beloved faculty and my fellow friends. A very special afternoon to one and all. I am so privileged to extend my warm welcome to everyone present here for this professional development program on Applied Artificial Intelligence and Expert System organized by Department of AIML. Today we have with us Dr. Polaya, sir. Dr. Polaya is presently working as professor in Department of CSE Data Science, IARE Hyderabad, and ex-professor of KL, deemed to be University, Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. He obtained BTech from JNTU Hyderabad, MTech from Annamalaya University, Tamil Nadu, and PhD from JNTU Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. His research interests include AI, ML, artificial neural networks, biomedical image processing, and network control systems. He is a principal investigator for projects funded by AICTE, New Delhi, and collaboration with CDAC, Thiruvananthapuram. He is a professional member of bodies like IEEE, IST, ISC, ACDOS. His overall teaching experience is 18 years and number of published and presented papers are 85. He acted as reviewer for many IEEE international conferences and journals and delivered a number of keynote speeches in various conferences and engineering colleges. We are very happy to have you with us, sir. Sir, you can take the session over.
Thank you, ma'am. So here is everything is recorded. So you can first then the camera is shooting every moment of information. And so you people are students of AML. So you have to be understand that about the camera instead of our beloved guru, Sri Padmaja madam. So why? Because as just now madam told about yours, so we are supposed to be assistant you. In what level we be assistant you in the sense transmitting the knowledge from us to yours. We also not come from heaven by the help of certain ladder or some threads or somebody is to be thrown from heaven and we fall down as Polaya and standard in. We also just from your stages. Okay, we also studied like you in one of the reputed engineering university as a BTech student, MTech student, PhD scholar, post-doctoral scholar, like. And we got a complete little bit more and more compared to you, some more knowledge. So we stand before of you. We are whatever we are going to talk for you is just only transmitting the knowledge from us to. If you are having that knowledge, then it is easy to survival in this society. It's not for the sake of your job recruitment, or it's not for the sake of your survival. It is knowledge who are having, being a student or to be engineer, or you may become good engineer, AML engineer, then you need, or you may become of certain days as a father or mother, something, then you want to run your own family, also need knowledge. So I am not saying that knowledge is just coming directly from parents. Until unless, if at all you are concentrated very strictly, you alone, individual I am saying, not grouply, you alone may going to plan yourself, how can I be knowledgeable person? In aspect of, towards to prove my name, if suppose even Google, if you are going to ask Google mother about your name, Google had to say about you, who are you? You done this research, you are achieved this project, your own alone, whatever you are invented, that is right now uses somebody's, you are following somebody's like that. So even we are standing before of you, maybe I have written 2 or 3 lines about me. But there, if you type my name in the Google, maybe more than 8 to 12 pages. How that 8 to 12 pages are coming in is we done such a vast and wider research work. And we proved that in the world as one of the person who have certain knowledge, especially using artificial intelligence tools. And we use that one towards to student purposes. That's what we are in the field of teaching. So we like teaching and we want to serve to the students. That's what we are all requesting. We are all, whatever we are coming forward and serve you all to make yourself as a knowledgeable person, either girls or boys, no gender difference at all. So how can you gather that knowledge? Especially your elected branch, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning, itself, that branch itself says that the knowledge, the meaning of knowledge. Actually here we are going to be start that our complete title expert system is. So the meaning of expert system is, especially you are going to prepare such an expert system. How so you may be preparing that expert system? If I call name by another, one person to another person, so they may have their own expert system. If compared one to another, you take that, for example, you have, you know very well the social media, Facebook, there are so many, like WhatsApp. What are these all? These are all the systematical system process. They only prepared that. Not only for the sake of money collecting information. They prove that their candidature. Who is the Facebook person? You may be saying from one of the person from USA. He proved himself as a youngster, as a youngster. Okay, even he may be completed his graduation or not, we don't know. He doesn't have, like me or like madams or like your teachers, much more what we call degrees, engineering degrees. No need actually. I am saying that being your, maybe a third year or second year, what is your third year or second year? First year. The first year, if at all you are concentrate perfectly, especially your subject knowledge, what are you studying. That itself help you, that knowledge will help you how you may be going to be planned for preparing your own expert system. So how can we prepare such an expert system is here, we have to understand the basic definition. I think now one of your AML faculty has served our studies taught this expert system subject for your seniors. So that means here what you are going to learn from the expert system is you are alone going to prepare one expert system. You are alone, either girl or boy. How can I start now? Is it possible at the first year itself? Yes, is it possible? Of course, you are a first year BTech student. A student who is from 6th class standard from ESA, he is earning per month once a year. Only by preparing himself one expert system. Only right. So only the 6th standard, we may not say he is a student, he may be a kid. Usually in the schools, how they are calling students, children. You may be came from that stage also. Being is a childhood, he started his own expert system, which the world following him. He is earning money from school days onward. Here you can start searching in the Google. Who is that guy? What he is thought right now? How he is earning money? You people also, we are all only depend on parents. We are not yet started what all we are learned the things which we are not keeping in terms of what we call, preparation of certain systems, preparation of certain things which you are want to prove yourself. The thing is here, you are 100% have to follow. Once you learn some concept, immediately you are supposed to be follow that step is proof of the concept. The proof of the concept which you are going to be searching, not from the teacher. You are going to spend some more time in the library or with the help of your laptop. Even if you go to court, there you are supposed to concentrate. How can you? So that is the meaning. Once you learn some concept, immediately you are supposed to start the proof of the concept. Yes, I learned this concept. What is the proof? Being we are engineering students, engineering means everything is in the proof. If you compare to your degree, non-engineering students, we won't call them as professional students. Only engineering students only we used to call in the world as a professional. Your profession. What is your profession? What is your professionality? Being a student, only the major professionality is, your profession is, you are supposed to be learn the concept and search the, what we have to search? Proof of the concept. What is the proof? If you not search that, even suppose for example, electrical engineering student, if we know about the switch, which is here, which is their switch, electrical switch. Okay, whatever he is using that electrical switch, if he doesn't know about the complete information, if some failures happen in his home, then he may be dependent on the electrician. Somebody, something like that. You should not be like that. So even our expert system says that only. The tools which we are preparing, here, is completely depending upon your human expert making better decision system. Better decision system. So the decision making is completely depends upon expert system process. So that means how you can think immediately. Your decision making system in your body itself, your brain. Your brain is always thinking that what to do, what not to do, how we have to enjoy in this class, even every room. How can we very crazy by keeping some nonsense among your friends. So like that you will start thinking actually. That is a wrong step. So from that step of process you won't get any knowledge. So that means this expert system need completely what you are going to make, that is the decision making system. Another name of expert system is decision making system. You are going to be prepared that. You are going to be preparing such a mimic expert system. It is responding you. Even if you are compromised, I don't want to prepare any expert system, I want to only get marks from my guru and I leave it. Then you are going to be face the problems in this world. The coming days, even you want to catch any train on the platform through expert system. Everywhere for the sake of security purpose, they are preparing it from even if you enter into this, you have to ask the door, which is the door is locked with the help of expert system. Even see the switchboards which we are preparing in the expert system. Alexa, switch on your. Everything is that. If you are not aware of it, you are not at all concentrating such a type of knowledge, then you are going to face the problem. You may be switching, you may be on the switch. It won't on. By seeing that the switch itself, we have to understand, oh, it is connected to expert system. Decision making system. I have to send the signal without touching. What the signal it needs. Because the system is completely connected to the lights and fans and AC, everything based on your giving signal. You are making the signal means your decision making signal. Everywhere will be like that only. If at all you are not concentrating from today onwards, how can I prepare such expert system? Mimics. We call as mimics. How can I start that? If I am not at least towards to know about it, then you may going to fail. Not in terms of marks and say. You cannot serve in the society. Again you have to depend like illiterate people. How illiterate people are standing in front of the ATM and asking somebody, hello master, I want to take some money. Can you help me? How can I take the money from the ATM? We only have to assist to the illiterate people. Being we are so-called graduates, BTech in AML, if somebody doesn't know about preparation of such an expert system, how that expert system may be work, AI based, that too AI based, artificial intelligence based expert system, if at all you are not aware of it, then you may fail. You are also like illiterate people standing like in front of the ATM center. I saw in our city, in our metropolitan city, so many illiterate people are standing in front of the ATMs. They are asking students, they are asking us. Like that we may be beginning. You may be looking like very smart. Your prompt is very nice, but you are supposed to be like this. What should I do now? I want to enter into this role. You have to. So for that, what the tool we are going to be used here? What the recognized, characterized tool. So you are supposed to be concentrate. What is my task? You are going to be prepare expert systems tool for the recognizing or for the sake of certain application, like whatever you are going to be prepared, just like emulate the behavior of human expert. What do you mean this behavior of human expert? Nowadays, even not even more than 10 years, after 10 years, we won't be here. No teacher stand before of you. Then how can teaching will get? Robots will come. Even after 10 years, I am saying. The robots will start teaching to you, to the students. How the robot can work? It's a mechanical system. How it can work in the sense, in the mechanical system, we are going to be prepared such a system completely towards work as a computerization process. So we are going to be prepared computer-aided process with certain tools which we are going to get from the expert system. Then you want to respond to not human being. If you are law, okay, I too can law. Because we can, both of you are human beings, so that I can understand what you are giving signal to me. If I stand a robo in front of you, if the robo is stand before of you, then you are going to be doing some crazy things in front of the robo. Robo, if once kick means you won't be here. You may be somewhere else. Where it's going to be kicked, you cannot understand. So that means you have to understand how can you behave, how to behave, how to start the behavioral things. Because that is what our expert system is starting here. Emulate the behavior of human expert system. Now my expert system is inside the robot. I give him a complete mimics in the robot. It's going to be start to do certain tasks. While it's performing such a robot, while it's performing one particular task, if you disrupt the robot, then you are going to get immediately punished. That means you must have to aware of about this expert systems preparation of the tools. What are the tools we have to prepare for different application? Let me see. I am going to introduce here based on our brain decision process. As we are all being human beings, even animals also having the brain. Even if you see in some of the countries, we may be in our hometowns, we may be see some pet animals, dog, cat, something. But in other countries, their pet animals are very dangerous animals. Even they may going to be called some pet animals like a lion. Okay, there are so many. You want to keep a snake, of course. So what I wanted to see here is the preparation of such a animals behaving with the human being, how in the sense we preparing such expert mimics in our brain, how we are going to be taught to that animal, it will behave like that. Even that animal is a cat or maybe a tiger, but being we are human, we are instructing it and it will start to behave. So a complete thing what we want to understand is, we want to see how our human being basically works. So what does the human being right now constructed God in our body in terms of what? In terms of biological neurons. In terms of biological neurons. So the motivation is here is, your human brain is completely interconnected with approximately 10 to the power of 11 neurons. 10 to the power of 11 neurons means how many lakhs? Maybe 100 lakh? Yes. So such a number of neurons are connected totally and bulk way connected and keeping as one of the computational process device, computational process unit in our body. It always, if you are looking at me and started thinking, you are starting thinking. So that is some type of computation. And you are going to, this biologically completely how it may be connected to our body, complete body connections, minimum 10 to the power of 4 connected neurons will be there. 10 to the power of 4. So what if you wanted to understand that such a huge complex system in our body with the neurons, our body is such a huge complex system. Complex system means even if we visible there, what is going to be happening in such a system, we cannot recognize. We cannot find out what is happening really. Then how that system can be processed without any difficulties in our body? If I call somebody, he will respond. How it is possible with such a huge, such a big complex system? Yes, it is possible because of that neuron is working here like this. Your neuron, particular one neuron, is working like this. We are taking one particular neuron here. You take one neuron is here. Like that, neurons are connected. These all neurons are connected like this. So such a neurons are connected here in terms of minimum 4 components. This is the biological neuron structure. Biological neuron. Of course, you may be studied it either in 10th standard or +1 or +2 from your science subject. Is it you have gone through this? Of course, everyone had to. So from there, you may not be recognized such much more. But the knowledge which you are already studied, basic knowledge, you are going to use that one for your preparation of engineering systems as like expert system. So I am saying here, by showing this neuron, one single neuron. So for example, I am showing my indicator finger. In this indicator finger, at the end of my indicator finger, neuron is connected. No doubt. If I touch my neuron, what it says is, yes, your another hand of the indicator finger is touched with this. Like this message it goes to right. So that means how it is processed. What is the basic information happening here? Basic means here there are the 4 components. The component number 1 is, the first one is here what we are going to be saying. Dendrites. Is it visible this? Yes, thank you. So here this corner part we call as dendrites. This dendrites usually collecting the messages, collecting the signal, collecting the information.
Suppose my 4 fingers, somebody's are touch, somebody's are pulling, somebody's are knocking, somebody's are breaking, somebody's are make. So such a 4 different signal process to the brain at a time, not individual. How it is possible? Yes, these dendrites are started towards to with the help of the synapses gap. That means in our finger, if you take your indicator finger, you are not able to find out here that gap, but you can touch that. It is more and more or less very sensitive part will be there. So that sensitive part is in terms of blood motion, blood sensation. If you touch too much, then blood will come. So that means the blood cells we call here as synapses. The synapses which helps you during that touching or pulling or breaking or something like that. That signal is recognized in terms of blood cells. That signals are recognized in terms of blood cells. So one component is dendrites, second component is synapses, and third component is axon. That is called cell body. Here 4 components. In the neuron, there are the 4 components, 4 elements will be processed. That 4 out of 4 elements, the first one, 4 most important one is dendrites. It is collecting the message, collecting signal, and process through the synapses strength. We call that synapses strength. The strength is nothing but blood cells. That means if you too much press, then blood cells will come towards to end. Then you may understand is too much press like that. So third one is collecting such a different message at cell body, and fourth one is with the help of axon. That is also neuron that will be sent to the brain. All body, complete body is neuron cells. Through blood cells will be one. So we understand such a biological neuron, which is how it helps us towards to send the signal. Now, once we understand about the background of this neuron, immediately we can define what does it mean neuron. Neuron is a information processing unit. Why? Why in the sense? Collecting the signal and process. So that we can call neuron, simply we can call neuron is a information processing unit. It is used especially for communicating process. It is used for, because this complete universe is connected with the communication process only. If you want to do anything, you have to communicate in one of the system. You have to communicate in one way. So how we are going to be communicating? How we are going to be communicating? That is important here. So I am defined neuron is nothing but a information processing unit or information process cell. How this neuron can able to build. So before we are preparing such a neuron, we have to understand such a neuron characteristics. So that means what I want to see here is, you have gone through the so far biological neuron which we have in our body. From our body, such a biological neuron, it is one of the very important part in our body. Neuron is very important part. Without that, nothing happens in our body. So such a part right now, the scientists are starting to build one of the artificial intelligence-based device. Artificial intelligence-based communication unit. So that means such a neuron, they converted it to artificial. How they converted in the sense, you may find a natural neuron, that is a biological neuron, 4 elements. Element number dendrites, element number 2 synapses, element number 3 is cell body, and fourth one is so with the help of those 4 components, easily they converted into artificial. natural to artificial. Once that scientifically convert from natural to artificial, then that artificial neuron we can use to design any type of expert system. Why? Because expert system can be built right now with neuron. Expert system itself, it is completely worked with the neural network. So how can it work? What it does? Yes, it does. There are, I've been kept here 3 or 4 important characteristics of the neuron. Number 1, just like a mapping. Number 2, parallel processing, robustness result, and the 4th one is generalization. So parallel processing means you can run nowadays, you can run your expert system nowadays more than number of systems at a time. Systematically we can process. Now here there is a switchboard which is completely prepared right now, AI based expert system. Nothing but such a expert system right now connected to the fan, lights, AC, and even TV, even audio system, everything will run at a time parallel. Everything will be run at a time parallel. How in this sense? In our body, whatever you are grasping from me, whatever you are listening very carefully, so automatically your brain started storing that information. Automatically your brain started in terms of parallelly thinking about it, whether it is correct or not. And automatically you are thinking about that, if it is correct, let me to try with such a artificial neuron, some more type of expert system which I need right now. You need something right now for the helping. What is helping you need? Suppose you doesn't have much more memory. You want to improve your memory. How can you improve? So we need some assistant systems, some like expert systems. Which is saying one of the application is mapping. Okay, what does the mapping here? It associates your required output pattern. So assistant system in your body, if it is just like a mobile, or you are preparing such expert system in your mobile, just like an app, for the sake of memory purpose, you can prepare that. And you can run. So that means the characteristics of the neuron is completely what of the requirement of your expert system we can prepare and it can be worked. The characteristics which we are going to prepare, the characteristics which we are going to be defined for a particular application. So application may be different. Later we'll going to get much more application, don't worry. And even we can run one more application also. But point is here, such a neuron we are going to prepare for the requirement of certain behavioral expert system. Nothing but behavioral means character. Behavior nothing but character. Now who are the such a neuron, such a behavioral neuron based expert system prepared? Such a neuron, who are the such a neuron as artificial neuron prepared? When it was started? It was started in 1943 by McCulloch and Pitts. There are the 2 scientists. Though both of them are basically teachers only, mathematicians basically them. So from the mathematics, they want to prepare one of the calculator which is named as scientific calculator. Of course, you people are right now having that wristwatch is completely expert system based wristwatch only. It helps you how many steps you walked today. That expert system of your particularly your smartwatch can also work parallelly. Not only counting your number of steps, it also helps you if you got any phone call. It may shows who is calling. So such a huge applications we are going to develop with the small system itself. How can we develop? So that's what we are going to understand from the history. We can understand from the history. 1943, McCulloch and Pitts laid the foundation. 1949, he is one of the scientists, proposed one of the learning law. Next, 1958, like that, each and every 5 to 6 years, one another other has started different types of artificial neural network. Next, come to the here. Now important one became. What that important thing is here is we in our body which we have, being it is artificial neuron, okay, how it may be converted into the artificial. That is a basic question to us. How can we convert? Yes, we convert that. The input signal which we are giving here is x1, x2, xn, so on. These are the dendrites. Okay. And this x1 input signal which we are going to be sent to the cell body with appropriate weight. That means x1 is going to be connected to the cell body with appropriate. What is that appropriate weight means? Strengthening weight. You want to, suppose for example, I want to shout at you. So I need not me much more shouting. It's not possible. So that what I want to send that sound signal with appropriate mic help, something like that. So the signal will pass to your required level by the help of certain weight vectors. We call that weight vectors. Of course, while you are studying such a subject, you may be going to be understanding in detail. So right now what you want to understand? How that biological neuron able to convert it into artificial neuron. That four elements of the biological element, now we convert it into artificial element. The first element is the dendrites are converted into input signal of the artificial system. Is dendrites right now x1, x2, xn are the input signal. Next element is synapses, that is with appropriate weight. Next element is, what is that? Next element, third element is cell body. So this is the cell body. What will be happen in this cell body is cumulative. That means here we are using summation of x comma w. That means summation means calculating that message value. So in our brain also basically work like a computational process. That means calculating. So how it will calculate? x1 w1 into x1 into w1 plus x2 into w2 plus, like that, adding together towards to prepare one single message signal and sending to the another neuron. So basically such a neuron, whatever we are going to prepare, such a neuron, we may going to be use such a neuron for the process of not only one single message. You want to use such a neuron in terms of multiple function. Multiple means at a time, you only see that Alexa system is right now performing not only one task, it may performing more than 3 or 4, more than 5 or 6 tasks. So if you want to perform such a number of tasks, even your neurons also, we are going to be prepared, number of neurons are connecting together, then such a neural network. Network means one neuron to the another neuron we are connecting. Whenever we are making connection one to another, we call it as network. So when we are connecting one neuron to another neuron to another, such a huge complexity there is even in our brain. So that like that, even in our we are going to prepare as an artificially multi-layer neural network. We call here simply perceptrons grouping in layers. Perceptrons means one neuron with another neuron we are connecting. Such a process, if you build for performing multitask. Multitask means task 1 is here, task 2, task 3, task 4. That means you are trying to understand nowadays, even being it is a small smartwatch on your wrist, then it performing number of tasks, more than 3 or 4. Number of tasks means more than 2 tasks we called as a number of. So that we are going to be prepare such a smart expert system with the help of your neural network. So if you want to prepare such a neural network is here is, it may play major role is across this neuron. One of the factor which I said just now, weight vector. So if you are choosing weight vector and connecting that neuron, one neuron to the another neuron is also playing a crucial role. So that we are going to be having here, whenever we get the output of the neuron, whenever you get the output of the neuron. Of course, right now we understood how the biological neuron is converted into artificial neuron, and from the artificial neuron, how it is possible to connect to the real world application. Yes, we want to connect, being it is a biological, we prepared as artificial, then from the artificial neuron, we wanted to connect it to the real world application. So we can connect that one by the help of one of the function process is named as activation function. Activation function. This activation function means what are the your real values, what are values of the neuron you got. From there you are supposed to be got. From there you are supposed to be get your required value in terms of digitization. Because that's what I said. Every expert system now we are preparing is digitization. What do you mean digitization? It is 100% performing in terms of more and more accurate. The results of information, even today's, if at all go to visit any hospital, their measuring thermometer also become right now digital. So that means in this world, everything is right now digitization. So that you are prepared expert system also with the help of neuron, you are going to completely depend on the digitization. So your neuron right now give the digital message. If you want to get digital information, what are the information we used to call digital? Digital message means, digital information means, what are the numbers we used to call digital? What are the numbers we used to call digital? Any idea? Zeros and ones. All zeros and ones are usually used to call digitization. So you are running completely performance of one particular task or multiple tasks which is going to be performed in zeros and ones. So in our neural network, such a huge digitized message, digitized signal information, how we may be getting this sense? Through activation function. Here we have different types of activation functions. That means simple activation function we used to call as linear activation function. That means simply it will respond like either 0 or 1. Suppose you are not your system is not responding, either 0 means on, 0 means off, 1 means on. So suppose in between 0 or 1, how many numbers will be there? In between 0 to 1, how many numbers are there? Let me get answer from girls. In between 0 to 1, how many numbers will be increases, or we can vary? 0 to 1, how many? Infinite, obviously infinite. 0.001, 0.002, how many? You can keep like that. Number of, so it becomes what huge number. That means complex. Again, you cannot understand what is that number, what we want to proceed. Such a complexity also will be minimized with the help of other type of activation function named as non-linear activation function. Here, either 0 or 1. If you are going to get your signal in between 0 to 1, then that number we cannot find. But we are going to use one of the what we call non-linear activation function, which helps us to convert infinite number into your simple required number. That is, process happens only through non-linear. Under the non-linear, again it's going to be classified into two types. One is unipolar, another one is bipolar. Why? Because in this world, the directions which we find in terms of character-wise, either positive character-wise or negative character. Suppose we may be scold somebody, hey, don't behave like a negative. Or so suppose we may want to honor somebody's, oh, he is such a pure, positive-minded person. Like that. If you want to honor some people, even we may say that in terms of positive. If you want to scold somebody, then we maybe say that negative. So that means you are right now understanding even the message information in terms of behavioral pattern, either in terms of negative or positive. So only positive means we may consider unipolar activation function. Or you may be say sometimes both negative and positive may be having. So many guys may be having such a character. What do you mean that? Whenever he may be feel to talk, not even positive, sometimes negative, sometimes positive, or sometimes both. So such a type of processing information happen through the bipolar means minus and plus. So what is the use of this activation function? Whatever your neuron wants to connect in terms of digitization process, we can now process it with the help of activation function only. So you want to connect your artificial neuron towards the preparation of one expert system for the sake of real-time application. You are supposed to be used in the artificial neural network with the help of activation function only. Without this activation function, we cannot connect to any task. We cannot get any performance of task. So that means you are simply understand such an activation function in different way. So what are the we want to understand from here? You are supposed to be understand different functions. I may skip this. You don't want this all knowledge. Let me to get one more very important point. That is, once we understand here, what are the we understood so far? We understood towards defining any expert system for the sake of one or two task performance. So we prepared that one with the help of artificial neuron. So that if you want to prepare such artificial neuron, you have to aware what does it mean biological neuron and how it is possible to convert biological neuron to artificial. Once you convert, what is the major activation function you have to use, and once you are used that, then you may be neural networks can be prepared multi-layer neural network for the task. So once you understand such a way, then immediately that neuron expert system, neural networks, especially artificial neural network based expert system you are preparing is depends upon different types of artificial neural networks. So keep in our mind, we understand about neuron of course, but here the scientifically uses right now different types of artificial neural network. What are those different types of artificial neural network? So basically they classified this artificial neural network for preparing the different algorithms. So keep in our mind, artificial intelligence, that is AI. AI completely developed with the help of this structural, this classification algorithms only. So AI means basically you have only 4 algorithms basically, very important. That is number 1 supervised, unsupervised, and reinforced supervised. Reinforced one. So in between supervised and in between unsupervised and reinforced, there is a semi-supervised, or that we used to call from extending of unsupervised into semi-supervised. We may go to use in terms of deep neural network. So keep in our mind, artificial intelligence system, nothing but any type of expert system we prepared only based on the basis of neural networks only. How we may prepare? Only based on the basis of artificial neural network. Without understanding of artificial neural network, we cannot understand the preparation of any artificial intelligence, that is any AI algorithm. Keep in mind this. That the starting time itself, I told you, we are transforming the knowledge to you in the sense, we saying that AI algorithms we are preparing only with the basic knowledge of ANN. What is ANN means? Artificial neural network. So that means this artificial neural network classified as done only in terms of different algorithm preparation. Algorithm is step-by-step process. What it does, the step-by-step process, nothing but until up to you reach your required performance of particular task. Until up to you reach the particular task, then you may be going to be prepared such algorithm. That means in your algorithm you are changes the in terms of trials and method, trial and error method to reach your targeted program, targeted algorithm. How is this? That we may say in another name as training. We may say that one training. Training means keep on trying towards to reach your required. It may be say goal, or you may say desired output. You may say that one your task required task achievement also. So that means your ANN training algorithms, especially in terms of AI algorithms, ANN algorithms. So I may call here either ANN or AI. Why? Because AI is built completely with the help of ANN. So that we are preparing that one, these three. Number one, supervised. Number two, unsupervised. Number three, reinforced. And under the supervised, again we classified into two. One is gradient descent, stochastic. Under the unsupervised is Debian and computing. Under the reinforced, we extended in terms of deep neural network. Deep neural network. Just now I told you, in between unsupervised and reinforced, we extended semi-supervised. Semi-unsupervised. That means such a neural network we extended towards to define in terms of deep neural network also depends upon the neural network. The complete world is right now, even after 10 years, even you have to excuse me right now, the meaning what I am saying right now is after 10 years no software engineering jobs. Why? Because AI will be perform everything. Suppose what are the AI tool right now you are preparing as an expert system, you ask one particular algorithm for the sake of bank application, for the sake of insurance, for the sake of medical or any type of application right now who are the software engineers are preparing, okay, those things will be done by AI. Those things will be developed by AI. Then what is the use of software engineering? So that means you require such a knowledge in the sense not be just like a software engineer. You must has to be expert in terms of AI expert only. AI, if you want to become an AI expert, you have to understand what are the different classifications of neural networks are used for the different things. So here I wanted to define such a what we call ANN in terms of supervised. In terms of supervised. Supervising means we may be saying that with the help of one teacher you are preparing an algorithm. With the help of your teacher, your trainer. I may say that if you are going to become an expert, then you want to prepare such thing as a supervised algorithm, then you need help, external help. But whereas unsupervised means you won't use any teacher, but you are trying. You are trying to get your preparation of an algorithm for the particular problem solution. But whereas in reinforced, we may going to be used in terms of neither supervising nor unsupervised is called as a reinforced. That means teacher or without teacher may not be applicable to the reinforced. Then how we may be execute the program, how we may preparing is by trial and error methodology. So, like that, we prepare such a choose algorithm as per requirement of application. You see here, what are the What are the best examples we can use, even speech processing phenomena. Nowadays, the recognizing of speech is more and very important. And even see in railway stations or even we call as in wherever that announcements they used to use only ladies' voice only. That means girls' voice or woman voice. What do you mean that voice? They are only keeping that one in the sense. It is an artificial voice. They are going to be use that for the sake of towards to get very clear announcement. So that means such a voice you want to prepare, speech you want to prepare, you can use your artificial neural network. Then you are going to be use even image processing. Image processing nowadays, somebody is saying about something. Okay, right? Anything you want to get clear? Okay. So what I wanted to say here is, even I'm not going here towards too much details of ANN, too much details of artificial neural network. But I'm saying right now how this ANN can be used not only speech recognition, speech purpose, speech system. You can also use in terms of biomedical system. That means biomedical image processing system. Even in our hospitals, wherever the hospitals are right now, completely they are using electronic or computerized based instruments. Even they are not yet studied about it. But who prepared? We only. Being engineering, we only prepared such a huge applications based instruments for the doctor. So what are that? What it may be? Suppose I may call that one of the expert system which they are using. Even they are going to be preparing such a system is with the help of MRI scanning. They are going to be tune that system to find out any cancer is there, any malignant cancer happened or not. So such a decision making process also happens through your prepared AI based system only. Next you can see your financial prediction. Nowadays you can find your cryptocurrency also came right now. Well, how that bitcoins are coming? Because of AI technology. Whether if you are aware about such a technology, okay, so then we won't be that much of financially grow up. Then that is what I am saying. Really, the important point is you are so lucky people. When we are studying such a time, okay, even my BTech is 1998. So during that time, we have to use your computers also much more. But nowadays, we are not using computer. Even your phone itself become a computer. You can prepare your AI program in the phone itself. Such apps are right now available for the achievement of your required one. For achievement of such a required. You can prepare such one not only simple application. That means speech phenomenon recognition or image classification or finance. But you may be used much more in a different way. Now before I am going to be saying here, so far we discussed one of the expert system tool design with the help of ANN. And now we are going to use another type of expert system tool design, that is FLC, Fuzzy Logic Controller, Fuzzy Logic System. We may another name of this one is Fuzzy Logic Inference System. Fuzzy Logic Inference System. Now before I am going to touch this, I won't take too much time. Sir, after 4 o'clock you can start, sir. Huh? Why? Your bus will start at 4. Okay. I'll take just 5 to 10. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, I'll take up to remain 5 minutes. Just I'll introduce this talk and we can leave it. See here, what I want to give you brief information about fuzzy. So basically, this fuzzy we used to define successfully used Today, your processing of the expert system is completely fuzzy based. What does it mean fuzzy? Anyone can help me? What does you mean fuzzy? Fuzzy means uncertainty. Fuzzy means uncertainty. With the help of ANN we understand complexity, but with the help of fuzzy you can understand that uncertainty things you can be get really. So that means you are going to use one such a tool we call as fuzzy tool, nothing but uncertainty things, vagueness. Sometimes you may feel very vague. So during that time you need some assistant, one system. If you develop your expert system with the help of such a uncertainty process based system in your mobile, then it obviously will help you whenever you feel uncertain. Then you convert uncertainty into certain things. And you can do your things in easy manner. You can do your things in an easy manner. Even for example, you don't know how to pronounce such a word, how to understand such a word, how to build such a word. Even you may be feel that difficult while you may be go through some concepts. Then in your mobile, if you prepare such expert system, then it is easy to you to understand each and every concept. That means uncertainty will be removed. So what I want to see here completely this fuzzy system with this block diagram I am going to close. This fuzzy system, now what we want to prepare the decision making logical process as expert system is completely different upon the knowledge base. That means you are converting your real world information, that is uncertainty things, into your required manner. That means huge number you have. You are not able to even count that number. Why? Because it is big number. You cannot count. But whenever you are going to that number we call right now as crisp value. That crisp value, that is status of your output value, the real world output of the value, connect with the fuzzification means it's convert. It says simply that word, that number is small or big or high, something like that. It will be converted. That means real value will be converted into fuzzy value. Fuzzy means says in terms of linguistic variable. Linguistic variable means English words. So while you are not counting such a big number, then you may be saying convert that one into fuzzy, then it says that it is small or big or something. So it is easy to prepare such a decision making system and run that decision making system of your real world. Even if you may see that your washing machine in your home, okay. So how this fuzzy based washing machine will be working? It takes at a time 4 or 5 signals. Number 1, number of cloths. Number 2, number of waters. You are pouring water. Number 3, number of liters you are pouring. Number 3, you are going to be keep on giving some powders, detergent powders or some liquids. Like that 3 or 4 signals of information you are sending at a time to the machine, and it is going to be taken together, and how much water it need, how much detergent it need, how much liquids of some other, like what we call some other liquids which are going to mix with while washing the clothes. There are different, I think. So the decision making process in the washing machine process also it may take, and it may going to be wash your clothes and it will give you within a small time, within a simple manner. It won't build any complexity. Okay, it will give you within a fraction of a second your clothes. Wash your clothes very clean without damage. So certain missions are being run. Even ovens also they're preparing it based on fuzzy based on. So what I wanted to say about this fuzzy is it is a decision making process unit. Being it is expert system, we can prepare such a one with the help of a certain knowledge based process. So I wanted to give you another simple information here. What does it mean knowledge? What does it mean this knowledge? So I'm giving here knowledge means you are going to be preparing the decision making process in terms of inference of the systematical process. How it may be happen in the sense, you may be know by trial and error, you are going to prepare your knowledge based process information and you are going to keep that one in terms of steps. That means you are going to be generate a single truth value using max or minimum criteria process. What do you mean this in the sense, max minimum, like that there are different criteria while preparing your knowledge process. Suppose you are applying the logic, that's what I call here fuzzy logic means the number of signals even more and more, that means more than 3 signals or more than 2 signals, we may call as number of signals. So such a number of signals at a time it will be run and give to you single output or multiple output. Okay, then how can it respond? How can you build that one? With the help of fuzzy rules. That is fuzzy based processing. Let me to show you one simple example. I'm going fast right now because I want to close right now. So here it is a rule based, it is preparation of rule based. Of course, we doesn't have time, that's what I'm putting here. I'll close with this line. Where we can use basically this FLC. Whenever we are using one or more variables are used in terms of continuous process, at a time more than 3 variables we are going to be run together and get the output. How it is possible? Yes, it is possible. That's what today even pharmaceutical companies are running their such a preparation of tablets or preparation of any vaccination or completely depends upon this fuzzy technology only. It is easy for them. Who prepared the fuzzy based expert system? We only. So of course now time not permits to explain you some more example which I developed with the help of Python and MATLAB. So later we can have that while you are coming into the second year, there we can discuss much more. So coming to the one more thing is here, completely depends upon sensors based microcontroller design with the microcontroller design as an expert system. Sensors means you can see that nowadays even I told you that the starting time itself robo. We preparing robo. Nowadays different robots are came already. The robots are right now becoming like a citizen. Then who is the first citizenship got robot? What is the name? Sophia. Sophia got not even 2 citizenships. It's got more than 3 or 4 citizenships. It built basically in the Dubai, but it's got the citizenship even from our India. It's coming sometimes to our Hyderabad and doing some talk. That's what I'm saying, that you people have to aware about this all technology. While learning itself, you have to concentrate on preparing of such a simple tasks. You please, what I want to say today, my technical talk output is, once you learn such a simple concept, please keep on into the real world examples preparation. Of course, you doesn't know how to do, but we are here to help you. Your sir or madam, we are ready to help you. You have to come forward. Always we want to instruct you saying something like what you know, you have to do this, you have to come this one. You are not like a school kid. We don't want to do the spoon feeding. We are only here to help you one way, that is the knowledge, which is whatever we are taught for you, helping towards to designing or development of any type of artificial neural network based algorithms. I told you while we were discussing detailed artificial neural network, multi-layer neural network that helped towards to preparation of different types of AI algorithms. What are the algorithms I told? Number 1, supervised. Number 2, unsupervised. Number 3, reinforced. And we extended to deep neural network. So this all helping towards to you and me, to the world only. It's not for some other. Now that's what I am saying you. After your completion of your graduation, software engineering field may be completely depends on AI tools. If you not come now itself, then you are going to miss out. So I am not instructing you or something like blaming, something like keeping on your mind in thinking difficult way. We are here to encourage you. Please come forward and learn the things, spend the time, and do the multiple tasks. That's what purpose I am saying these kinds of things. With this total discussion, as our master also told, we have to stop right now because the process will be started at 4 o'clock. So I wanted to say once again, thank you for your patient listening and also for providing such a great, thank you. So I'm also saying one of the great opportunity I got today to stand before of you. One of my guru who is your head of the department, Dr. Padmaja Madam, really, and thank you, Madam. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for accepting my request and taking a session for our PTP program. Thank you so much.
If you have any doubts, you please 1 or 2 seconds. No, sir. Everyone understood.
Anyway, tomorrow I am going to conduct the question answer test also. The test is there anyway. Thank you so much, students. Your attendance you have recorded, we have taken already. Anybody those who have not given their numbers, please update to Anjali Madam. And the same attendance will be posted for the afternoon session. Fine? Thank you so much.